Thank you for tuning into the Papi Jae and Wize Jefe on the BS3 network. Before we dive into the show, we would like to remind our viewers that the opinions expressed on this show are solely those of the host. The BS3 network does not necessarily endorse or agree with any of the views we express on this program. Furthermore, the BS3 network is not responsible for the accuracy or timeliness of any information discussed on this show. While we strive to provide informative and entertainment content, we cannot guarantee the accuracy of everything said on Papi Jae and Wize Jefe. With that said, we encourage our viewers to take everything discussed on the show with a grain of salt and to do their own research and fact-checking when appropriate. Thank you for understanding, and now let's get into the show.
They say this is a big rich town, but I live in the poorest part. I know I'm on a dead-end street in a city without a heart.
And welcome to another episode of Papi Jae and Wize Jefe. I am Wize.
I am Papi Jae.
And we're back on the BS3 network as well as Real Wize TV. What's going on?
Too much, yo. My head hurt. I just want to. This is therapy session right here. It's a therapy session.
All right. So we're gonna jump right into it. The first topic we're gonna discuss is Brandon Marshall and his podcasting tour, and him going around talking about the gentleman on the pivot, Fred Taylor, Channing, RC. He had a big episode with Cam Newton on Cam's podcast, and he had some things to say about the people on the pivot, and he's 12 million in the red. What do you think went wrong with him and I Am Athlete? Because one like it blew my mind, because when I remember when I first saw I Am Athlete, I saw Fred and Channing, and next thing I know, I'm seeing Fred and Channing over here with RC, and I didn't know what was going on until I really found out, and then it's a crazy situation.
Listen, bad business. That's it. They went into it on a verbal agreement. And this is where I kind of like, you chose to go into your pocket and do this. You believed in it more than them, financially wise. So you was putting in money and doing a lot of things. It costs to be the boss. And then when you say you got a partnership verbally and it's 25 and it's an even split, then it stays an even split. You just may have invested more into the company, but it's still an even split. And then you get the lawyers involved, and now things look different. And then on the other hand, they didn't care enough like he cared, because you supposed to know the business you invested in. You're a partner. If you're a partner in the business, you need to know the analytics. You need to learn what he's learning.
Well, from where it went to, it was like Fred and them wanted, and they're like, yo, whatever. We want to know the in and outs. We want the receipts, all that.
Later. That's what I'm saying. It's always the later. You want to know it later. No, get on your big eye. You got business to handle.
Yeah, but all right. But this is if it's coming from the point where they're coming from like, all right, this is my boy. We doing this. We doing the show together. So, okay, something like with what Cam and Mace did, right? Where Cam was like, yo, I started this, and then Maze hit me up like, yo, let's do this show together. He said, how much? Cam said, yo, I got 150 in it already. What Mace do? All right, 150, no doubt. I got 150 too. Boom. So if that was the case, why not come out like, yo, this is Blase the number. I put in this number. Fred, I can match that. Shannon, I can match that. Like, why put yourself in so much red because you want to be the boss? Instead of going to them like, yo, this is how much bread we're gonna need and do it with all of us. That way we all get equal parts. And then
Yeah,
you
nobody knew what it was.
and then the Alicia, who's producing the pivot, right? She was producing I Am Athlete first. You promised her 30%. So that leaves that's technically is not 100%. It's only 70% there to be split.
Listen, that is your problem, man. Selling everybody onto your dream. You offered more than you should have. It's gonna make you work harder. You offering more than you can. Nobody, you don't know what it's gonna do. Y'all famous, yes, and that's what y'all hang on. So these podcasts is just more famous gossip. That's all it is. They ain't gonna tell you no stories they need to tell you. They're gonna tell you some stories. It's just famous gossip, and they crying over it, and he's whining more than them. Told you this is trauma season. Everybody's traumatized by something. Everybody's got it, and whoever throws their trauma in the air first wins. Cause now you can't throw your trauma card because it's gonna look bad. So you lose. It's like a game of trauma. It's like who get there first. Bad business is bad business. Lack of interest. Nobody actually trying to learn the business. So now you go. That's like use us. We podcast. We got a verbal agreement.
But you can't use us.
We have a verbal agreement.
I didn't use us because of the fact that we're brothers. That's different. Like,
Nah, but it's still those are brothers,
yeah,
right?
no, but we are brothers. That's what I'm saying. We
Oh, but
family.
it's
It's
not.
different.
It don't matter. They tell you don't do business with family plenty of times. What I'm saying is, once we go into a business together, just like you learn and I'm learning. I ask questions. I
Yeah.
want to learn from day one. From day one, not when the money start coming in. You should know from day one. What if you get sick? The show must go on. If you get sick, the show must go on. If I can't rely on you to hold it down when I'm sick, then why you want any percentage? So everybody got to like you. Everybody said everybody's wrong, and then what this is trauma season. So now, but they argue with each other and big each other's podcast up. Great business strategy. I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing. The tears on when the cameras come on, dudes don't talk real. I've been saying it since our podcast. I'm the realest podcaster ever because I talk real. That is it. I'm not here for no emotional picking sides, man. All parties involved in that situation are at fault. Who's at the biggest
Okay.
fault don't matter
Oh,
to me.
okay. All right. The difference is Fred and Channing moved on. They went to the pivot. They really ain't been talking about Brandon.
They don't.
They've been doing their thing, focusing on the pivot. This dude now is going on bitch mode and going around talking and gossiping and talking all this nonsense, calling RC corny, saying all this other stuff. Why you hating on RC? I never heard RC mention your
Listen,
name. Like your name don't come out of RC mouth.
he made
Why
a
is
bad
you?
business. He made a bad business move, and now because online like gossip, as much as everybody's saying they want to be together and we should stick together and we need to change, they all like this rhetoric because now he gets views. He gets right notoriety right now. His show is not doing the greatest, but bam, I just go on tour and talk trash about famous people, get that to get gossiping and back. Boom, I make a couple of dollars. Nobody stand on anything. I told you everything's a skit. Everything is pre-planned with these millionaires that just decide to enter the podcast space. And that's why it's hard for real podcasters. That's why they quick to say we ain't like you podcasters. Why? Because y'all cheat, y'all the cheat code. Y'all just sit up there and talk about y'all past life. How that helping anybody? Y'all talking stories about what y'all did. Y'all just cock blocking. That's it. Y'all just sitting there and then y'all say, yo, there's no, the gatekeepers is keeping us out. No, that's a trend. It's a system that's in place.
Well, because all right. So the difference between us and them is we are independent. We do everything ourselves. We don't have the funding that they have. We don't have the name.
But you're not. That's not the point I'm talking about. I'm talking about the point that I take interest in learning the business. You take interest in learning the same business.
Yeah.
They didn't. They all of them wasn't in sync with knowing what Brandon knew. Because then you would have knew. It wouldn't have been a surprise. You'd be like, yo, son, you bugging. Don't put in all that bread right now. I ain't got it to match. You would have been in the know if you in the know, like we in the know. If somebody asks you a question, you could speak for me. If somebody asks me a question, I can speak for you and know that we wasn't off. If you're going into business, this is real estate, back to envying them. If you're going into something, you need to know. You can't rely on a realtor. You can't rely on whatever you heard, the rhetoric. You got to be going to the house, look at it, inspect it yourself. If you don't got one, your brother, your cousin, your sister, whoever's doing it, bring them with you. Free lunch. Come with me on this road. I need you to look at this so I don't get jerked. Like, you got to be a part of it. You can't cry they sold you a lemon if you never looked at the car, if you never lift up the hood. That's your fault. You walked out of there with that. At least try it. Like, come on, nobody's learning that. So Brandon is crying to get some sympathy. He used the trauma card, so he got to play it all the way out. And the trauma card gets you paid these days. Draws attention. Somebody can relate to making a bad choice, and now you want everybody to feel bad for you making a bad choice. That is it. That's all that is right there. He made a bad choice in business, and now he wants everybody to have sympathy because he's the victim in making his bad choice.
All right. Yeah.
Simply put, like, that's it. It's just a trauma season right now. It's like COVID and all that shit. It's just getting bombarded. The winter gonna be dangerous. You're gonna need a face mask, earmuffs, and blinders so you don't get sick of all the bullshit. That's it for that, man. Fuck Brandon. I like to pivot. Them guys is funny. Brandon, you fucked up. I wish I could have a little more sympathy for you, but you was smart. You was that nigga in the Jets. You was talking shit. You had it all. You had it all then. Like, nah, dude, you made a bad choice. Stand on it. Why don't men just be men, yo? Stand on your shit.
Yeah,
Whining. Yo, this whining, yo. It's killing me. It's like, oh my God, it's killing me.
All right, man. We're going to take a quick break, man. We'll be back.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts.
And we are back. All right. So this next topic is something you actually want to discuss. It's the ongoing beef between Mysonne and Akademics. And when we first were going to discuss this thing, you was going to tear into Mysonne, and now you've kind of had a change of heart. What's going on, man? What's and for those that don't know who Mysonne is he's a MC from New York, Mysonne the General. And Academic is influencer online who I guess he was a DJ back in the day, and now he's a YouTube sensation, whatever. And they're beefing. The most recent transaction was the fact that there's another individual, I guess, named Saucy Santana, who threatened to knock Academic out and then take his manhood from him. That's the nice way of me putting it. And I guess you kind of found it, I don't know, you found it in a certain way, but now what are your opinions on that whole situation right now?
I find it offensive. That's it. I find that offensive. I don't find, listen, you're going to tell a nigga, like, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm not here to be on some, like, it is what it is. You sign up for that style of podcasting, then things might get a little heated. That's neither here nor there. I'm saying to think that it's okay to say that to a man who's not gay.
Okay,
but
listen. How many times has
listen.
No, listen. How many times has Act invited Mysonne? Like he said himself, yo, how many times do I gotta be disrespectful? How many times I gotta tell you to suck my dick? He and this is one man telling a man who's not gay to come suck his dick. I'm just saying, so
nigga, I think that shit's a skit. That's it, nigga. If he's been saying it that long, then he should have been got touched. Period. Like, let's stop. There's no that is wrong. Period. It didn't change. It's never gonna change, man. I wasn't even with that shit calling niggas dick when it was in style for a nigga to walk up to you and say, yo, what up, dick? Like, no. You're just not gonna talk to somebody like that. Dude, it's not. That's cool. Wherever you at, stay where you at with that shit. Right, he's wrong. He's wrong. Mysonne can handle it. That's two heterosexual men saying that. Neither one of them is gay. There's no realism to that. It's just an anger word.
So okay, so the Saucy Santana happens to be gay. He happens to be the best friend of one of the city girls, Young Miami, who Act has said some shit about her, and I guess homeboy was responding. I don't know.
You just can't say that. And that ain't gonna fly. You shouldn't even feel comfortable saying that shit. I get it. It's the LGBTQ movement and everything, and everybody got a little extra back. So that is not something.
So the thing is, Academics doesn't want to reply because he don't want to get canceled. If he feels if he replies, then he's being homophobic.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. It's like a single edge. It's like they trying to devalue men in the worst way. It's a hit on men, period. No color to this at this point. It is a hit on men. You are sitting there telling me that he's allowed to tell you that he will knock you out and take your shit, but you can't. You know what my response would have been? I would have said, do it and use the F word. Know why I can't say the F word? Because it offends them. So telling me you're going to knock me out and take my shit offends me. Telling me you're going to knock me out and take my shit sounds like a threat on my life.
It's definitely a threat on your manhood. That's for sure.
Fuck the manhood. That's my life, nigga. You gonna just knock me out and take my shit? They bringing this jail shit. They taking this jail shit a little too serious here. They gotta stop with these movies, man.
Yo.
That shit happens more than
So the whole situation was you didn't like the fact that Mysonne
I don't like the fact that
co-signed this. Like,
yes,
yeah.
now this is what I'm saying. I get that internet beef is like just saying, yo, if something happened to me, y'all know who did. If we're gonna keep it a G, then we're gonna keep it a G. If you're playing the game, then you're playing the game. But don't Mr. Magumi. I support it. Soul not for sale. I believed in that. And this is disappointing to me, how he's going about it. Because now you got other people retweeting your shit. And nobody's actually speaking to the fact that before academics could get canceled or be accused of being homophobic, you can't have him say that to him then. It's the trauma card. Here we go again. It's one-sided. Whoever throws it up first. So now I can't respond as a man, period. I'm shut down. What am I supposed to do? Sue him? Go through the full process of saying,
no, you could be like, yo, well, come try.
No, I could be like, this nigga sexually is threatening me sexually.
But if you gangster, you could be like, yo, my man, come
yeah,
try.
But this is what I'm saying. That shit could be all cool off the camera. This is bigger than just that situation, man. You can't have everybody thinking that men, they are devaluing the man every day. Every day with these new sympathy and trauma cards, yo. You can't say nothing. Sexual harassment. I told you, how do you flirt with somebody when sexual harassment could just be thrown in the air like that? There's no even communication. You gotta be walking down the street looking straight forward. There's no communication. Everybody's in trauma mode, ready to throw a card on the floor. I declare war. It's serious. So when you sitting there and you trying to just address one person is what bothers me, because that's somebody who's sold not for sale, as in a leader position. He's in a position of leadership. You know, he was a part of the SCAN movement, the Black Lives Matter shit. He represented them. He was one of the representatives. He spoke up for them. You know what I'm saying? So when this been an issue, it's not just academics. You just can't point them out. Yeah, that's how he got it. That's how 6ix9ine got it. That's how all these niggas is getting it. He ain't the only one blowing the world the online up with this rhetoric. He ain't the only one telling niggas to suck some meat. He ain't the only one online saying that. No, don't know. If you stand for the people and you speaking for the people, then it's never could be personal. You can overlook somebody like Academic. It's bigger though. The picture has to be painted, and Academic is in that picture. He's in that collage of pictures. But the picture has to be painted by the leader, so the masses could willingly remove themselves. And now he loses his followers. He'll lose it if people ain't with that shit. When you present it right, and you got to address everybody. And if you ain't gonna address everybody, then this right here was clickbait. Let me throw act video under there and say the same shit I've been saying. Get my views. That's how everything is a skit to me, man. And they put themselves in this way with the disappointment for the people who really are woke, for the people who really are doing the math and the knowledge and the science. For those people, everybody ain't just in the matrix. Everybody, there's some people that's out of the matrix, like these niggas. They ain't in the matrix. They the what's that dude, man, that always come for Neo?
It's Agent Smith.
They Agent Smiths, mad Agent Smiths, just keeping you in the matrix. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm disappointed to say that. Like I said, I support it. I fuck with a nigga, but I know when to pivot. Like I know when to pivot, man. Everything is good for a moment. Get what you can get out of it. Get the knowledge you can get out of it. But everything, you ain't there to be just following. I ain't there just to be following the nigga. I'm trying to learn from you as somebody that's in a position of leadership. And as I learn from you, and once I see you ain't teaching no more, what you want me to do? Keep following you? And you just keep repeating the same shit? I could go get a book and read it 10 times. I could watch a repeat of Law and Order. Like, what are you talking about? I don't need to let's follow somebody that's gonna keep repeating the same shit. Like I said, insanity is doing something and repeating it and doing it again the same way and repeating it, and that's insanity. And every time I think of marches or anything like that, it's insane to me because these leaders is leading wrong. Nigga, we ain't supposed to be on those streets. We supposed to be shutting down the bill. Don't go to work for a day. Let's help each other. There's enough rich people to help somebody eat for a week. Let's shut it down. Like nobody ain't trying to do that shit. These niggas are just skit masters. Whole bunch of misleading people. And there was a female, and I ain't gonna say her name because I got hell high regards for her. But if you're gonna repost some shit like that, then speak up. Because I ain't hear from you in a while. And you on both sides.
All right.
So speak up. We need to hear from you because we supported you. So this narrative that black people are going homophobic is mad insane.
Well, listen.
We've been new Queen. We've been new MC Light. Like nobody was a secret. Nobody was a secret. My uncle was a sergeant, military vet. Sergeant, gay man, proud gay man. I can't be homophobic because he raised me to be militant and not fall for the okie doke and the bullshit. And now I see some of the people that the last of the last. Because we don't groom politicians. We don't groom these type of people.
And okay, and for reference, they ain't none of them come out and admit any of that. So just you saying they
Who?
MC Light, they ain't never come out.
Man, come on, man.
That's not. That's
listen, man. I don't need you to come out. I respect you for who you are. That's it. I don't care, but I know what. Listen, I'm not even gonna say no phrases. I respect the queens.
Anyway,
but I'm just telling you, man. Let's stop it. Let's stop it, man. The brat wasn't a secret. Like, come on, man. Are we serious? We gotta wait for people to tell you what they are. If you in tune, you in tune. But these people were the secrets. They were the secrets, man. And nobody was out there trying to beat them upside their head.
Okay, but
so black people don't have
what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is we're talking about a gay man threatening a straight man that he would beat his ass, or he would knock him out and then take his manhood, right? And our whole situation is if the roles were reversed, he would be labeled a homophobe, all this other stuff, gay basher, all this other stuff.
Dude, you just can't say that.
Huh?
You just can't say that, man.
Say what?
I mean, he wasn't supposed to say that. And the act is stupid, but everybody knew act was stupid.
But then my shit with act is you act like a tough guy in one situation, and now that this gay dude threatened to take your manhood and beat your ass, you're afraid to respond because you think people are gonna cancel you.
Dude, he afraid to respond, and that's fucked up. He should be able to respond. Like I told you, if it was me, I'd have said do it with the F word.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna talk to me like that, then I could use a word that you don't like. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we can't even say nothing. You can't even retaliate. What you want to say to somebody like that? He deserves to get punched in his face. Whether win, lose, or draw, the first thing you got to do is punch him in his mouth.
Oh, it's on site. It's got to
All
be
right,
on
so
site.
now you homophobic. But he just said some wild shit to you. This ain't about homophobic. You couldn't have said it to me if you were straight. You definitely ain't gonna say it. Like you can't say it to me. A girl can't even. No, I'm not even letting women tell me that. That shit is not cool. You're not gonna tell me that you're gonna knock me out and take my ass and think I'm not gonna go upside your head. We don't got this show could go live. It could be wherever we at. It's on. I don't know if you're serious, and that's a threat. I don't know how we allowing that to be overlooked. That's what my problem is.
What's going on? Sick from all the way from Norway.
Listen.
He says Little Nas X threatened to kiss any man in the mouth who disrespected him.
Listen, kiss him in the mouth. Boy, I don't care what this is, and this is insane. This is what I'm saying. Everybody's allowed to say shit to men. And this ain't a color thing. This is men in general, man. If you're not in the echelon of men, your word is gonna mean nothing. And behind so many other shits, it's gonna be men. Men are being attacked just by that. We can't say nothing because that was definitely an F-bomb. I would have dropped the F-bomb. And then if you say bitch ass nigga, now you homophobic. Like this is what I'm saying. How do you respond to that? How do you respond to that? Man, listen, you bitch ass nigga, do it. It ain't gonna be do it. It ain't gonna be just do it. After you say something to me like that, it's gonna be something in front of do it.
Yeah, it would have been.
It's gonna be something in front of disrespectful too. Disrespectful.
Oh yeah, it would have been some real disrespectful.
All right, but we can't say it. But he could say that online, and everybody's worried about what Akademics is response is. That's what I'm talking about.
Academic is pussy though. It's not like
no. We talking about that is not what I'm waiting on. I want to know what's the response to him. Why is nobody having a problem with him telling that to a guy?
Because they don't like Academics. That's the difference.
I don't care. That's what I'm talking. In the micro, yeah, they don't like Academics. In the macro, you can't tell a straight nigga that. You don't gotta like Academics, but that ain't the picture painted. The picture painted, if I think I could beat you, I'll just say some disrespectful shit like that. What you gonna do? If I think I could beat you, and I'm that way, and I feel like getting froggy and just talking shit to you, what are you gonna do? Nothing.
Well, he might come to your house and knock you out. He might come to your house, knock you out, and take your manhood. That's the possibility.
Like I said, that is a no-go. That's a no-fly zone. That is a no-fly zone. My son, I respect him, and I ain't mad. I'm just saying that is not something you say, period. You don't say it straight. You don't say it gay. I'm not champion Academic, but y'all ain't punch him in the mouth. Y'all can't cry to me now. Y'all made him rich off that shit. Now I'm supposed to feel bad because he's doing what he's been doing? Don't blow smoke up my ass, nigga. He been doing that. Handle your business. However you got to handle your business if you don't like it. Like you can't be half G. You can't be half G, nigga. Nigga ain't supposed to say that to you, period. There's some things that come with consequences. You're not telling me you're going to take my ass. You're not telling me to suck my dick. Neither one of those fly. I was locked up. I know that the rule, and that rule apply all over the place. You're not going to tell a man, suck your shit. And you're not going to tell a man, straight man, that you're going to take his ass without some type of repercussions. Let's just stop soft. Everybody can't be these trauma cards is killing me. Some people need to get punched in the mouth. Win, lose, or draw. I ain't saying I could beat the nigga. I'm saying he would have knew you're going to get punched every time you talk to me this way, nigga. That's it.
No matter how many times you beat your ass, every time.
Yeah, you gonna have to, yo, let's just take it like a champ, baby. Nobody gotta sue each other. Cause this is all it leads to. It's a bag. That's why I say these shits are skits. It's just a bag. Everything leads to a bag. It's not principles. It's not that he should get punched in his mouth. It's not, I don't want to sue you. I'm not offended. I don't want to call the cops.
Sig, we don't care about the cuss words. Sig, we don't cuss. Like, you cuss in the chat. Ain't no problem with cussing in the chat. We cuss on this show all the time, so there's no problem with cussing.
Yeah, we ain't talking about, it's not racism or homophobia we talking about. I see that, and we talk. Oh, he said, and we talk about it.
Yeah.
Listen, this is about knowing what you can and can't
It's
say.
the principalities.
That's it, man. I'm speaking, this is therapy for me. Because I swear if a nigga come up to me and say something like that, it's not going to be, I'm scared of the reaction of the others. Or I'm scared that I'm going to get canceled. There's no canceling when it comes to disrespect. How you condone disrespect? In any fashion. Like I said, y'all made these niggas rich. Y'all like the Adam 22s and the Akademics. Y'all like the foolish shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't with the foolery. And y'all ain't gonna make, and men is looking crazy. It's looking slim out there for us, man. Like, believe it or not, it's looking a little slim. Like, we can't say nothing. We can't talk to women too harsh. Oh my God.
All right,
We can't talk to no one.
now, so you mentioned skits earlier, right? And recently, former NBA player's wife played the video. She recorded it live with him because he just found out. I think personally it's a skit. I think it's a show. But Joe Smith confronted his wife over the fact that she has an OnlyFans. Prior to them getting married, my girl was in the industry. Would you get upset if your wife had an OnlyFans?
So my wife was in the adult industry.
Yes.
And then me and her linked up.
Yes.
She would have been the first OnlyFans bitch. She would have had an OnlyFans from day one. It's business. You was in the business. This is way easier. And only I get to touch you. Man, you in the business. I'm your cameraman. I squeeze the baby oil on
You everything, right?
Everything. There ain't no getting upset. I married her. I ain't trying to change her. And if she's comfortable getting bread that way, and that's easy for her to do it in the crib, and I just gotta get and just produce the lingerie and maybe a sex scene here and there, I'm participating. You bugging. I'm all in, baby. You got 100% support from me. 100% of support from me in this venture. And you can put me on payroll. I don't even want half or none of that shit. Get your bread, baby. Just give me like 30%. That's it. 30%.
Not even the standard 15%.
That's it. I'm not here to be greedy, yo. That's her body, her money, her body.
But if you saying she got to pay you to be the record, she got to pay you to be the prop guy. She got to pay you to be the camera guy.
30% is because I love my baby. I don't need more than 30%. I love you, baby. Take that 70 and do you. I'm gonna make him do what I gotta do with this 30%. I'm not here to be greedy. That's her. Like I said, I got camera, I wipe. Nigga, that's nothing. I'll do that for free. So 30%. So
imagine if she bringing in 100,000 a month.
Yeah, nigga. I mean, I don't gotta work. She don't gotta work.
That means you bringing in 30,000. You bringing in 30,000. You bringing in 30,000.
Listen, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I'm a real nigga. And yo, dude, who cares, man? This was a skit. There's no way I'm letting my girl record that. Like, soon as she hit the button and started talking that reckless shit, I'd have paused the button before I finished, so you wouldn't have been able to clown me about whatever I would have said. I'm not letting you record you telling me that you got an OnlyFans for the first time. For the first time, you want to record this? That's how you know it's a skit. Every time they hit that button, I think all that shit's a skit. It's more believable if it's a third party, a witness. You know what I'm saying? And even then, it's hard. Everything's a skit to me. Just that way. So I'm just speaking on what if it was real. And if it was me, I wouldn't care, yo. Hey, yo.
That's
I
my
wouldn't
man,
care.
Pizzle. That's my man, Pizzle. But yeah, man. So
I wouldn't
yeah.
care, yo. I'd have
So
supported her.
you would have been okay with your wife telling you she has an OnlyFans.
And I was trying to promote that shit to some people I knew. Like, you bugging, nigga. That was get money. This is what I'm saying. The world is changing. You will be on the beach showing your ass. You'll go to the club showing your ass, and now you don't want to have an OnlyFans. Miss me. I look at you a lot different after that.
Yeah.
Like you get a 1099. You could do that as a part-time gig. You can sell your panties. Like what they could do is insane.
Yeah.
And you scared to do that, the opportunity and that window shuts now. When it was a big boom, everybody's looking at the stocks or something else, and that was one of the big booms.
Yeah.
And
all right, man, we're gonna take a quick break, man. We'll be back.
I think people are just tripping, misguided.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube.
Hey, this is Sam Whitwer.
Hey, this is Will Wheaton.
I'm Armin Shimmerman.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol Baskin.
Hi, this is Darren McCarty.
Hi, this is Mark Pellegrino.
And welcome to the FSF Popcast, your home for the all-nerdy, no-dirty interviews with people in our sci-fi and pop culture world. You can find us on your favorite audio podcast providers and, of course, our YouTube channel.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
And now we're really back. It wouldn't play, man. I was trying to click on it, wouldn't click. Anyway, so before we talk about your situation in Home Depot, another skit that you've and this is funny because when this breakup happened, you said watch in a couple of years or whatever, it's gonna all come back together. But I guess the whole situation with the Joe Budden podcast and Rory and Mal, you have some more. You have another interesting take on that because I guess Joe Budden was on Save On show or whoever it was.
Need to Know podcast, good podcast. I like it.
Okay.
He just said that. No, listen. I followed them. And I pay attention to it, and like we spoke when it first happened, I thought the whole breakup was a skit. I thought it was pre-planned. So I always look for the little clues in here and there, and I didn't really like it. They had me believing this shit was real, nigga. And then when he was on fucking Need to Know podcast, he said he'd be texting Rory. Like he still texts Rory. And I just was like, wow. But then they be on the next show kicking each other. Like, he don't do it, but they sure get have a lot of fun kicking this nigga back. And they went on the whole tour kicking this nigga back. And if you doing that to me, can't see me ever texting me. I'm just saying some real shit. Like, if you just gonna be, if this was a real breakup and you kicking my back in, and I'm trying not to say much, and I'm saying little things, but I ain't saying much. I ain't really going in with y'all names or nothing. You just spitting my name out and stabbing me every time you get a chance, then there's no way we be texting. At all, period. Real nigga shit. But I always assumed that it was like a good play to get them bumping out there and then bring it back to the network on some, like, just build your network. So I ain't even mad at the play, but it's just funny that it's a play. Like, that's the game. That's what I said. If they just playing with everybody's just that, so now there's no room for anything else because everybody's running to the gossip. They flooding it with this bullshit. It's like a nice little spin. Everybody has a nice little beef, and everything is going on. Everybody's getting divorced. Like, everybody's doing something. All the rich people are losing their fucking mind, and we supposed to care. And that's the sad part, is that mad people care. So you just watching it, but like, it's like being like I am. What is it? What was the Will Smith?
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend. You're just getting attacked by zombies. They jump out everywhere at you while you're just walking and trying to mind your business and get somewhere safe. That's it. They just keep jumping out at you. All these rich people are having all these problems and all this shit going on. And they pulling the trauma cards. Bang, tossing trauma cards. And they misleading people. And then they part of the problem when it comes to these kids losing their mind. These kids is like, who the fuck do we talk to? If all the adults is crying, what you expect the kids to do? If all the adults is crying because they're making bad choices, what do you expect the kids to do? The kids are gonna wild the fuck out. That's what kids do. When the adults is crying and pulling trauma cards for their bad choices, whether it be using drugs, whether it's jail, whether it's everything. Somebody's always like, you shouldn't have kids then. You shouldn't bring us into the world to deal with you going through your trauma bullshit. You can't cry, or you can't cry once the kid is born. The kid gotta cry. You gotta leave. That's the kid's time to cry. That's what the babies do. They cry. What up, snowman? That's what the babies do. They cry. So these trauma cards, this whole skit shit, it's just funny that you would be talking to somebody that you say, that's saying that trying to paint this narrative that you the worst boss, you rob niggas, all this type of shit. But y'all texting, talking about y'all go to therapy. Y'all doing counseling, I mean. Like, what the fuck, y'all married? What the fuck is going on here? Y'all doing counseling after all this beef and shit is fake then? Yo, kick my back in. That shit'll get you mad likes and subscribers. Go kick my back in. And it's a good move. It's just, damn. Then stop overselling it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying about Mr. Magoo and people. They just Mr. Magoo everybody. Everybody's getting Mr. Magoo.
All right. So now we don't talk about the situation you just had the other day. Was it yesterday?
Definitely yesterday.
All right. So yesterday you went to Home Depot.
Card and everything, so I can shout people out.
You went to Home Depot.
Yeah, I went to Home Depot. Oh, so look, I go to Home Depot. I go to Home Depot. I'm a contractor. The Home Depot is like my house. So I go there to get some supplies. The job is right around the corner. It's mad quick. Got $200 on me. I got a blue face $200 bill, and I got an old big face $100 bill. I got these from the bank. The bank gave me these $200 bills. That means these $200 bills Should be real. So I get to the self-checkout at Home Depot and I stick the first $100 blue face in, bang, takes the blue face. I stick the other $100 bill, spits it back out, bang. So I'm thinking I gotta fuck with it, flip it around, stick it back in, spits that shit back out. I did it like 4 times. I looked at the guy standing there, and the young lady. The guy's name is Yasu, and the lady's name is Amy. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, man.
Shout out to Yasu and
Yes,
Amy.
yeah, they held it down with a dude after I got a little, as the story progresses. so I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. I'm standing there like, yo, listen, she ain't taking this honey. What I'm supposed to do? They're like, yeah, that's that. That's not what I want to hear right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amy. She did. I didn't want to hear that though right now. So I'm just looking at her like, but I need this stuff. Like, I need this stuff. This job got to get done right now. So she's like, we could give you your money back. I'm like, give my money back? No, I want the stuff. So that's it. They called somebody. His name is Alonzo, bitch ass nigga. So Alonzo was talking to dude, and dude was like, yo, Alonzo said, well, he said, my manager or supervisor said, if you don't have a card to finish off whatever the balance is, then we got to give you your money back and you can take it up with God. So I'm sitting there and I looked at him and I said, yo, I don't think he wanted you to say that. Like that part. Like I even told Yasu that. I was like, yo, I don't think he wanted you to say that part. Take it up with God. Who the fuck is this nigga? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what? Take it up with God? And God told me not to leave. God told me, stand here and ask some more questions. Find out, I need to speak to somebody. I said, yo, and I would recommend you don't bring Alonzo right now. Like, I need to speak to another supervisor, but not Alonzo, not right now. So another lady comes up, they tell her to spill. Mind you, now that Alonzo said that, they already did their transaction. Like one of them is doing a transaction while the other one is talking to me. So now I got $200 in my account. So I'm like, yo, I'm not leaving. I came here to get this shit. I'm a contractor. I spend mad money here and I need to get this job done. I'm not going to run around to look for a gas station or nothing to bust down this 100 so I could come back and make y'all happy. Like, this money is good and y'all don't got no signs nowhere in this motherfucker that say I can't use this $100 bill. So because that machine spit it out, they saying that if the machine spits it out, there's nothing they can do about it. They have to refuse the $100 bill. So you letting this stupid ass machine that breaks down 85% of the time when I'm here tell you that my money is no good. And they really was standing on that shit. So I was like, yo, you got to call somebody else. Matter of fact, y'all got a 1-800 number. I'm not leaving. People are walking out of there. They hearing me. Because I'm pointing out seriously, like, y'all don't have no signs that say don't use old money. Don't use old 20s. Don't use old anything. So I'm like, yo, I'm not leaving. I need this shit. And I'm not running around wasting no gas. What happened to the... No, they wouldn't let you get, once they gave me back my money, they told me I couldn't even use that $100. They gave me back the same $100 bill and the old one and a new one. So I couldn't use the old one because the old one went through the machine and the machine spit it back out. Once the machine spits it back out, they not changing it. And this is a 4 Half Moon Boulevard. So this is in Clifton Park. This is Alonzo, you bitch ass.
He's actually telling me.
Yo, so because he's telling you, look, how people could talk to you, take it up with God. You don't know what kind of man I am. You don't know what I believe. You're not supposed to, that is not, that's why I told Yasu, you could tell, it wasn't, like, he shouldn't have said that. Like, I don't think I think he might, that's why I gotta yell out the store and shit, and yell out their name, because I don't want dude to get fired. He said it, and it might have not registered in his head fast enough to not say, and he said, take it over God. Because that's not how you end it. That's not customer service. That's not good customer service. You can't do that. Nobody can sell. I took customer service classes at Brooklyn College. That is not what they taught me. So I was sitting there and I was tight. So I get on the phone. Dude is telling me the same shit. Yo, once the machine kicks out your bread, you dead. There ain't nothing else. Fuck it. I'm like, yo, dude. So you telling? That's like telling me.
Papi Jae's getting kicked out right when he's telling his story. Oh, that sucks. So yes, so I guess I can finish his story. Well, maybe there he's back. He's back.
Oh, technical difficulty. I don't know what happened there.
Anyway, finish the story.
But that's like me, like you telling me I can't spend my money because I'm black. Like the bank gave me this money. I said, yo, so if I would have went to the register first and paid it, they would have took that 100. So you saying that the bank ain't gonna refuse that 100 when you go to drop that bag. When you make that drop, if that $100 bill that I had was in it, the bank ain't gonna tell you, yo, we don't use these no more. We don't take these. The machine can't tell you not to take it. You can't sell that to somebody who come here all the time without no signs in the store saying that you don't accept these bills. Next thing you know, another guy came. So now I'm trying to, and I'm me speaking as respectful as I can, because I know everybody got trigger fingers with 911. But I really was here to make a statement, so I wasn't leaving without these supplies. So the guy seen that I was on the phone with the rep, and I was spazzing on him when I made that reference, like, yo, listen, you tripping, nigga. Somebody gonna take this 100. I got a job to do, and I'm finishing my job. And y'all ain't paying me to run around and make change. That's gas. That's time that I don't have. And the guy, one of the guys, he wasn't even in a suit. He didn't have the Home Depot thing on, nothing. He came over, he's like, yo, sir, get off that phone, please. Don't worry about it. That guy can't help you. He's not gonna help you. And he told the lady to void everything and put it down as damage. And gave it to me for free for them harassing me.
So at the end of the day, we have a good story. He got his Lonzo fucked up. Yeah, Lonzo fucked up.
Lonzo messed up with taking over
God. Yeah, no, that was someone who needed to get punched in the face.
And I was being nice, and that's what I'm saying. See, every people need. How you gonna say that and you work in the store?
Yeah, no.
How you gonna tell that to somebody?
He's definitely someone that needed to get punched in the face.
Yeah, that people be getting a little beside themselves, man. And if he would have came, I'm 100% wouldn't have punched him because I was at Home Depot and I would have went to jail.
True.
But there would have been a lot of bad words that might have put me in one of those categories of some type of trauma shit. Like I might have said the wrong words at the wrong time and they would have used it against me. But you can't tell somebody to take it over God, yo, when he's just trying to buy supplies. I'm just trying to get some shit for the floor and you telling me to talk to God. Not right now. I don't want to do that.
So yeah, the machine was probably designed not to accept all the bills. That's why folks prefer to use. But they want, yeah. But that's what they wanted. They wanted to keep track of your money. They want.
All right, but listen how scary that is. What if that was one of them $100 bills I keep in my sneaker box? What if that's the last $100 bill in the house, and you going around and there's no machines taking this shit? You gotta if you think about it, you gotta start getting rid of your old bills and turning it in because it ain't gonna be worth shit in the machines. If the computers are programmed not to take the old bills,
true.
You won't know that. You'll just keep doing it. You'll take it to the next bodega. At some point, them hundreds gotta getting them shits off the streets.
Yeah,
they gonna dead your 100. You're gonna be having that shit. That shit ain't gonna be worth the ink it was printed on. That shit gonna be in your stash. Unbury it and get them shits the fuck back to the bank. You better
right,
get this
man.
shit back to the bank.
All right, but on that note, we shout out to everybody who stopped by, man. Shout out to Sick Diggy, A Pizzle, Brian Snow, Vicola, everybody who tuned in. Thank you. We appreciate it. You got anything else you want to say?
Listen, shout out to everybody. I love the interaction. Listen, we just here to give some real content, man. I told you it's therapy for me. I just speak. I'm speaking, yo, because I'm disappointed. I'm worried. I'm worried as a black man, a male, period. Don't matter the color. Like, I'm worried as a man, and then on top of that, I'm worried as a black man. Like all the mans. I'm worried.
And on that note,
we
out of here. Peace.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody.
On a day